quiet moments, in the spaces between thoughts, there is a whisper, a gentle voice that calls you home. It is not the voice of the world, not the voice of the ego or the voice of fear. It is the voice of something deeper. It is the voice of your soul, and it speaks to you in the softest of tones, but its message is loud and clear. You have always been enough. The world teaches you that you must seek. It tells you that there is something missing, something outside of you that needs to be acquired, something distant that needs to be reached. It tells you that fulfillment lies somewhere else, somewhere beyond you, beyond this moment, beyond this breath. But your soul knows better. Your soul understands a secret that the world cannot comprehend, that what you seek is already within you. You have not come into this life to find something new. You have come to remember what you have always known. You have come to awaken to the truth that has always lived within the very core of your being. You are not broken, you are not incomplete, you are whole just as you are. The journey is not about fixing yourself, it is about revealing yourself. It is about peeling away the layers of conditioning, the masks you have worn, the roles you have played, until you stand in the truth of who you really are. And in that standing, you will find a freedom that you have never known before, a freedom that was always there, waiting for you to remember. You are not the stories you tell yourself. You are not the roles you play. You are not the accomplishments or the failures, the highs or the lows. These are but temporary expressions of the infinite being that you are. You are the one who witnesses it all. You are the consciousness behind the thoughts, the stillness behind the noise, the awareness that observes but is never touched. When you awaken to the truth of your soul, everything changes. You begin to realize that you are not separate from the world around you. You are the world. You are not a small part of the universe. You are the universe expressing itself through this body, through this life, through these moments. You are the light that shines in the darkness. You are the peace that remains, even when the world is in chaos. The ego will tell you that you must strive, that you must struggle, that you must become something more. It will tell you that you are not enough, that you are incomplete. But your soul gently whispers, you are already whole. You are already everything you seek. You are already love, already peace, already joy. You do not need to chase these things, for they are already within you. Our end. The truth is simple, yet profound. You do not need to become anything. You do not need to change yourself. You do not need to prove your worth or earn your place in the world. You were born worthy. You were born enough, and you have always been enough. In the stillness of your being, in the quiet spaces between your thoughts, you will find the truth that has always been there. You are not lost. You are not broken. You are not a searcher. You are the sought after, the one you have been searching for. The treasure you seek is already within you. When you come to this realization, the world around you shifts. You no longer need to chase after love, after success, after happiness. You no longer need to seek approval or validation. You no longer need to prove anything. You simply are. And in that being, you attract everything you need. You become a magnet for peace, for joy, for abundance, because you are no longer seeking them outside of yourself. You are allowing them to flow from within. This is the miracle of awakening. When you stop searching, when you stop seeking, you begin to receive. You begin to receive the love that you have always been. You begin to receive the peace that was always there. You begin to receive the joy that you have always carried within your heart. There is a sacredness in simply being. In being who you are, just as you are, without the need for approval, without the need for recognition, without the need for anything outside of yourself. In that sacred being, you find the freedom you have been longing for. It is the freedom to simply exist, to be yourself, to live from the truth of who you are, without fear, without resistance, without hesitation. The world will continue to tell you that you need to become someone. It will tell you that you need to prove yourself, that you need to be better, that you need to achieve more. But the truth is that you do not need to become anything. You need only to remember who you already are. You are not your thoughts. You are not your body. You are not your accomplishments. You are the awareness behind it all. You are the observer, the stillness, the silence. And when you remember this, when you remember the vastness of your true self, everything falls into place. You no longer need to chase after life. You no longer need to strive. You no longer need to force things to happen. You simply need to allow them to unfold. Life becomes a dance, a flow, a gentle unfolding of the divine plan that is already in motion. And you are the expression of that plan, moving in harmony with the universe, in alignment with your soul. When you trust in the truth of who you are, you no longer need to control. You no longer need to manipulate or force. You simply need to trust that everything is already unfolding as it should. You are not here to fix the world. You are here to remember yourself, to align with the divine energy that flows through you, and to let that energy guide you. This is the power of surrender. It is the surrender to what already is. It is the surrender to the truth that you are already whole, already enough, already divine. It is the surrender to the present moment, to the flow of life, to the grace that is available to you at every turn. You do not need to wait for something to change. You do not need to wait for the perfect moment. You do not need to wait for anything. You already have everything you need. It is all within you right now, in this moment. And when you remember this, when you awaken to this truth, life becomes a journey of ease, of peace, of love. You are not here to struggle. You are here to live. You are not here to become someone else. You are here to remember who you have always been. And in that remembering, you will find the freedom you have been seeking. The freedom to simply be. The freedom to love. The freedom to live in peace. The freedom to live as the divine expression of who you are. What you seek is already within you. It always has been. And now you know, now you remember, and now you are free. You are already enough. You always have been. You always will be. There is nothing to prove, nothing to chase, nothing to seek. The journey is not about becoming, it is about remembering. And in that remembering, everything changes. So breathe. Allow yourself to be. Allow yourself to remember. Allow yourself to be the love, the peace, the joy, the power, the presence that you have always been. You are not separate from life. You are life. And life in all its beauty and all its mystery and all its love is moving through you as you. This is the truth that sets you free, the truth that you have always known, even when you forgot. And now you remember. And in that remembrance, you are home. And so you stand at the threshold of a profound realization, the realization that there is nowhere to go, no destination to reach, no external pursuit that will finally deliver the peace, love, and fulfillment you've longed for. You have been running, striving, seeking, and yet in the deepest silence of your being, you know now that you have never been lost. You are the very source of that which you sought outside of yourself. The world tells you that you must climb, that you must achieve, that you must rise above. It teaches you to look up, to reach higher, to stretch farther. But the truth is, the greatest rise is not the one that takes you to the highest peak of a mountain or the pinnacle of a career. The greatest rise is the one that brings you inward toward the vast ocean of your soul. The summit you seek is not somewhere out there, it's the stillness that already dwells within. There is a secret within every human heart, an ancient whisper that transcends time and space, that reminds you, you are enough. You have always been enough. You were born whole, not because of what you have achieved or what you have yet to do, but because you are an expression of the divine clothed in human form. This is not just a lofty idea, this is the very truth of your existence, the sacred pulse that beats in the rhythm of your heart. You see, the ego wants you to believe that you are separate from this divine essence. It wants you to feel that you are distant from your source, from love, from peace, from the truth of who you are. The ego whispers that you must become something more, that you must prove yourself worthy, that you must earn your place in the world. But this is a lie. It is the great illusion that keeps you spinning in circles, chasing after something that is already yours. The moment you accept that you are whole, just as you are something miraculous happens, you stop fighting. You stop struggling. You stop seeking. And in that stillness, in that quiet surrender to what already is, you begin to experience the profound truth that the external world is simply a reflection of your inner world. When you are at peace within yourself, peace will be mirrored in the world around you. When you radiate love, love will flow back to you. The universe, you see, is not something separate from you. It is within you. The stars that burn in the heavens, the trees that sway in the wind, the rivers that carve their path through the earth, they are all expressions of the same divine energy that moves through you, that moves as you, that breathes in you. There is no separation. The world is a reflection of your inner state, and when you align with your true nature, the world begins to mirror that truth. Your life, your relationships, your experiences are not here to test you or to challenge you. They are here to awaken you to the truth of who you are. Every circumstance, every encounter, every joy, and every sorrow is an invitation to look inward and remember. Remember that you are not your circumstances. You are not the things that happen to you. You are the consciousness, the awareness that watches it all unfold. And in that awareness, there is a power far greater than anything the world could ever offer. This power does not come from striving. It does not come from achieving. It comes from being present, being still, being who you truly are. This is the paradox. The more you let go of the need to control, the more your life falls into place. The more you stop trying to change what is, the more you allow what is to transform. You don't need to fight life, you need only to align with it. You are not here to bend life to your will. You are here to surrender to the will of the universe, to the flow of the divine. And in that surrender, you will find that everything begins to unfold effortlessly, as if the very forces of nature are working in your favor. And so the question arises, what is it that you are surrendering to? What is it that you are allowing to guide you? The answer is simple. You are surrendering to yourself. You are surrendering to the truth that you are already whole, already complete, already enough. You are surrendering to the divine intelligence that lives and moves within you. The same intelligence that orchestrates the stars in their courses, that causes the seasons to change, that breathes life into every living thing. When you allow yourself to be guided by this inner wisdom, your life becomes a dance, not of struggle, but of grace. You no longer force your way through life. You move with it. You trust it. You trust yourself. And in that trust, you will find that everything you need is already provided. You are not alone. You never have been. And so the journey is not one of becoming, it is one of remembering. Remembering the truth that you are a divine being worthy of love, peace, and joy just as you are. Remembering that you do not need to seek happiness because happiness is already within you. Remembering that you do not need to chase love because you are love. Remembering that you do not need to prove your worth because your worth is inherent, divinely ordained, and eternal. This is the great shift. When you stop trying to become someone else and begin to simply be who you are. When you stop chasing after what you think you need and start recognizing that what you have is already enough. When you let go of the illusion of lack and embrace the truth of abundance that is woven into the very fabric of your being. And so, I invite you now to close your eyes for a moment, to feel the breath that moves in and out of your body, to feel the life that flows through you. In this moment, realize that there is nothing more to do. There is nothing more to become. You are already whole. You are already perfect. You are already love, peace, joy, and everything you have ever longed for. You are not your past. You are not your future. You are here in this moment, in the eternal now. And in this now, you are everything you need to be. There is no lack. There is no distance between who you are and who you are meant to be. There is only this moment, and in this moment, you are complete. This is the essence of the spiritual journey, not to find something new, but to remember the truth of who you have always been. To remember that you are already enough. To remember that you are already whole. To remember that the love, the peace, and the joy you seek are not outside of you, but are woven into the very fabric of your being. So, walk forward not in search of something, but in remembrance of the truth that you are already the answer to every question, the solution to every problem, the light in every darkness. You are already home. You are already whole. You are already love. And as you remember this truth, as you embody it fully, you will find that the world around you begins to mirror this inner peace, this inner truth. You will find that you no longer need to chase after anything because you are already everything you have been seeking. As you walk this path of remembrance, something subtle but undeniable begins to shift. It is not a dramatic transformation, but rather a quiet unfolding, a gentle revealing of the truth that has always resided within you. You may not feel the earth move beneath your feet, yet in every step the very ground seems to rise up to meet you, as if the universe itself is supporting your return to yourself. In the silence, in the stillness, you begin to recognize that there is nothing more to attain. There is no higher version of you waiting to be discovered. There is only the real you, unmasked, unburdened, whole. The ego may still try to convince you otherwise. It will whisper that you must prove yourself, that you must achieve, that you must strive harder, reach farther. But the more you listen to the voice of the soul, the more the need for external validation begins to dissipate. The pull to measure your worth against the world's standards softens as you remember that the value of your life is not determined by what you do, but by who you are. You are the stillness behind the doing. You are the silence that holds the noise. You are the unshakable essence that exists beyond all circumstances, beyond time, beyond space. This is the point at which the world begins to look different. What once appeared to be a series of challenges to overcome now reveals itself as an intricate dance, a harmonious unfolding of the divine plan, one that you are already part of. It no longer matters whether the path is clear or uncertain, whether the terrain is rocky or smooth, because you know that the only journey that truly matters is the one that brings you inward. And in that inward journey, you find that everything you've ever sought is already here, already present, already woven into the very fabric of your existence. The external world continues to swirl around you, but you no longer seek to control it. You no longer search for your peace in external conditions. Peace, you come to understand, is not something to be attained, but something to be realized. It is not a destination at the end of some distant road, but a state of being that arises when you cease the endless striving and surrender to what already is. Peace is the natural state of your soul, and when you stop running, when you stop seeking, when you stop resisting, it simply reveals itself. In that revelation, you begin to feel a profound sense of freedom, freedom from the expectations of others, freedom from the judgments of the world, freedom from the constant pressure to be something you are not. You begin to recognize that your worth is not contingent upon your performance, your achievements, or your outward appearances. Your worth is inherent, intrinsic, and eternal. It was never in question. It never needed to be proven. It simply is. You are enough exactly as you are. The ego thrives on comparison, on competition, on measuring yourself against others. It tells you that your life is worth only as much as what you achieve, what you possess, how you are seen. But in the silence of your soul, you realize that none of that matters. The world may continue to operate on these false premises, but you are no longer bound by them. You have stepped into a new way of being, a way that is not defined by external standards, but by the truth of your inner self. And in that truth, you find the freedom to simply be. It is in this quiet freedom that the beauty of life truly begins to unfold. When you let go of the need to control, to force, to manipulate, you make space for life to reveal its natural rhythms, its divine flow. You stop pushing against the current, and instead, you move with it. You trust that everything is unfolding as it should, in perfect timing, in perfect order. And as you trust, the world begins to mirror that trust back to you. Doors open without effort. Opportunities arise without struggle. People come into your life who resonate with the truth of who you are, not with the image you've tried to project. And as you let go of the need to force, to prove, to chase, you begin to attract all that is in alignment with your soul. This is the essence of surrender, not surrendering to fate or to chance, but surrendering to the flow of life itself, to the divine wisdom that guides you, even when you cannot see the way. You surrender to the knowing that everything you need is already within you. You no longer need to seek outside of yourself for fulfillment, for peace, for love. You already possess them, and all you need to do is allow them to flow through you unimpeded. In this surrender, there is a profound liberation. The need to perform, to achieve, to impress, to be seen, all of that falls away. You no longer feel the weight of expectation upon your shoulders. You no longer carry the burden of striving. You are free to live authentically, to express yourself fully, to be the unique expression of the divine that you are. And in this freedom, you find a peace that transcends all understanding. It is a peace that is not dependent upon circumstances, not dependent upon the world's approval, but a peace that comes from the deep knowing that you are already whole, already loved, already enough. In this space of remembrance, you begin to see the world through new eyes. You no longer view it as something outside of you to be conquered or controlled. Instead, you see it as an extension of yourself, a reflection of the divine that moves through all things. The people you meet, the experiences you encounter, the challenges you face, they are all part of the unfolding of your soul's journey, part of the divine dance that has always been taking place. You no longer see yourself as separate from the world, but as one with it, as a part of the greater whole. This shift in perception is not a mere intellectual understanding. It is an experiential knowing, a knowing that transcends the mind and speaks directly to the heart. It is a recognition that you are not an isolated individual, but an integral part of the vast interconnected web of life. The same life force that flows through the trees, the rivers, the stars flows through you. You are not apart from the world, you are the world, expressing itself in this unique and beautiful form. And in this recognition, there is a deep sense of peace, a deep sense of connection, a deep sense of belonging. This is the truth that sets you free. You are not separate. You are one with the infinite, one with the divine, one with all that is. And in that oneness, you find the freedom to simply be, to exist, to love, to experience, without the need to prove, to achieve, or to chase. You are already enough. You have always been enough. And when you remember this truth, when you live from this place of deep knowing, everything changes. Life no longer feels like a struggle. It becomes a dance, a flow, a beautiful unfolding of the divine plan that you are already part of. In this dance, you find the joy that has always been there. You find the love that has always been there. You find the peace that has always been there. You find the truth that you are not here to become anything more, but to remember who you truly are. And when you remember, everything falls into place. The world reflects back to you the peace, the love, the joy that resides within you. And in that reflection, you realize that what you seek has never been outside of you. It has always been within you. And now, now you remember. You are already whole. You are already enough. You are already love. And so, in this sacred moment of remembrance, you stand at the edge of the known, gazing into the vast expanse of the eternal. The past has melted away, no longer a weight upon your shoulders, no longer a story you need to carry. The future has no hold over you, no expectations to bind you. There is only this moment, the eternal now, where you exist in the fullness of your being, untouched by time, untouched by the illusions of lack or striving. In this now, you are complete. You have always been complete. The world may continue to spin with its noise, its demands, its ceaseless motion, but you are no longer tethered to it. You are no longer caught in its whirlwind. You are the stillness in the center of the storm. You are the calm that holds all things, the quiet that witnesses the chaos but is untouched by it. You are not defined by the world's opinions, by the roles you've played, or by the things you've achieved. You are the silent observer, the awareness that watches it all, and in that watching you find your peace. The beauty of this moment is not in the seeking nor in the finding. It is in the being, in the quiet acceptance of who you are right now. Not as something you will become, but as the truth of who you have always been. There is no need to prove yourself, no need to reach for something outside of you. The light you seek has always burned within you. The love you long for has always been here, patiently waiting to be recognized. The peace you desire is not a distant place, it is the very core of your being. And so you release the need to chase, you release the need to become something more, to acquire something outside yourself, to live up to an image of perfection that was never yours to wear. You surrender to the truth that you are already whole, already enough, already the divine expression of life itself. There is no gap, no distance between you and the universe. There is no you and it. There is only this oneness, this unity, this sacred flow. You are the light that illuminates the world, the love that heals it. You are not here to be anyone else. You are here to remember the vastness of your soul, the boundless essence that is the source of everything. In this remembering, there is no room for doubt. There is no fear that can take root. There is no past regret, no future worry that can disrupt the stillness of your being. You are anchored in the eternal now, and in this moment you are free. Free to love without condition, free to live without limitation, free to express the truth of who you are without fear of judgment, without the need for validation. You no longer need to prove your worth to anyone because you know with every fiber of your being that your worth is inherent. It was never in question. You are not here to perform for the world. You are here to simply be. And in that being, you radiate the truth that all is well, that all is as it should be. As you walk this earth, let your steps be light, for you are no longer burdened by the weight of expectations. Let your heart be open, for you are no longer closed off by the walls of fear or doubt. Let your spirit soar, for you are no longer tethered to the illusions of limitation. You are free, free to love, free to give. Free to express the divine essence that moves through you, not as a separate being, but as a living embodiment of the universe itself. And so as you stand here now in this moment, remember, you are already home. You are not on a journey to become something else. You are here to remember that you have always been everything you seek. The divine, the eternal, the limitless, these are not concepts that exist outside of you, they are you. You are the reflection of all that is. You are the truth that transcends all illusion. You are the sacred pulse that beats in the heart of the universe. The beauty of life is not in the chase, it is in the surrender. The beauty of love is not in the finding, it is in the remembering. The beauty of peace is not in the achieving, it is in the being. And when you remember this truth, when you allow yourself to simply be, without striving, without seeking, without needing to prove anything, you unlock the door to the life you have always dreamed of. A life of ease, a life of peace, a life of love. Because when you remember who you truly are, the entire universe aligns with you. You are not a separate being. You are the universe experiencing itself through this form. You are the ocean in a single drop, the stars in a single heartbeat. You are not bound by time. You are timeless. You are not limited by space. You are infinite. You are not here to chase what you think you lack. You are here to remember that you are the very essence of all that is. And in that remembrance, you find the peace, the love, the joy, and the freedom that you have been seeking all along. And so, now, breathe deeply. Let the air fill your lungs, for it is the breath of the divine, the very essence of life itself. Let it remind you of the truth that you are alive, that you are whole, that you are already enough. In every breath and every moment, you are connected to the vastness of existence, to the infinite love that moves through you, to the divine wisdom that guides you. This is your truth. This is your home. And now, with this remembrance, you are free. You are free to live, to love, to be. You are free to express the divine essence that is already within you, and in doing so, you become the light that the world has been waiting for. You are the answer you've been searching for. You are the love you've been seeking. You are the peace you've been longing for. You are already home. Now, let that knowing settle deeply into your being. Allow it to fill you. Allow it to expand within you. And in this expansion, you will find that the more you remember who you are, the more you realize that there is nothing left to seek. Because everything you've ever needed has always been within you. And now, in the quiet of your heart, when you still the noise of the world, something profound happens. It is in this silence, in the sacred pause, that the deepest truths emerge. This is not a silence of emptiness, but a silence of fullness, a silence brimming with all the wisdom, all the love, and all the understanding you have been seeking. The paradox is simple, yet it eludes most of us. What you seek is already within you. It has always been there, waiting for you to notice, to stop searching outward, and to listen inward. You have been conditioned to chase after life, to strive, to perform, to accumulate, and to become. You have been taught that you must reach for the future, that you must make your life something grand. But all of this striving is merely the ego's loud voice. It is the voice that says you are not enough. It is the voice that tells you to become more, to prove more, to grasp more. But this is a lie. The truth is far simpler. You already are enough. The peace you seek, the love you long for, the purpose you desire, they are not things to be found or attained. They are things to be remembered. In the stillness of your being, when the mind ceases its chatter, when the rush of life slows down, you will come to realize that everything you have been searching for has been here all along. The noise, the distractions, the endless doing, these are the things that obscure the truth. When you are still, when you stop the chase, you are able to touch what is already within you, waiting patiently for your awareness. It is a simple, quiet realization, yet it carries the power to transform everything. The journey is not about becoming something you are not. It is about returning to who you already are. You are not a mistake. You are not a problem to be solved. You are the light of the universe, an expression of divine love, the same divine love that created the stars, the oceans, and the very breath you take. You are not separate from it. You are it. The sacred presence that moves through all things, that sustains life and holds the cosmos together, is the same presence that beats in your heart and breathes through your lungs. You may have forgotten this truth, as we all do, but now is the time to remember. The search is not about seeking something new. It is about remembering the eternal truth that you have always been whole, you have always been loved, always been enough. It is not the external world that needs to change. It is the inner world that must awaken. It is the shift in perception, the return to the sacred stillness that will bring everything into alignment. The ego will try to distract you, to convince you that you are incomplete, that you must change, that you must achieve, that you must become something more. But the soul knows the truth. The soul knows that you are already perfect, already whole, already divine. When you align with this truth, everything changes. The search for meaning becomes a search for remembering. The striving for love becomes a deep surrender to the love that is already within you. The pursuit of peace becomes a practice of simply being still and allowing peace to rise from within like the tide of an ocean returning to shore. And so in the silence you will receive. Not because you have earned it, not because you have done something to deserve it, but because the truth of who you are is now being revealed. It has always been there, waiting for your awareness to catch up. The light, the love, the peace, the wisdom, they are not far away, they are not hidden from you. They are within you, beneath the surface, waiting for you to sit in silence and simply listen. When you rest in the stillness, you will no longer be lost in the illusions of the world. You will no longer identify with the labels that the world has placed on you. You are not your job, not your title, not your possessions, not even your past. You are the stillness that holds it all. You are the awareness that observes the passing thoughts, the passing emotions, the passing experiences. And in this space of awareness, you are free. You are not bound by the story that the world tells you. You are free to simply be. And as you rest in this freedom, you will begin to experience life in a new way. You will see the world through the eyes of your true self, not the ego. The ego sees separation. The ego sees lack. The ego sees fear. But the true self, the divine essence within you, sees unity. It sees abundance. It sees love. It sees the truth that all is connected, that all is divine, that everything you seek is already within you. In this space of silence, you will also begin to heal the wounds of the past, the regrets, the guilt, the shame. These are not your true self. These are the remnants of the ego, the false identity that you have clung to. When you sit in stillness, you allow the healing to take place. You allow the illusions to fall away, and you return to the truth of your being. You remember that you are whole, that you are perfect, that you are loved just as you are. You remember that the divine does not require you to be anything other than yourself. And so, as you sit in the silence, as you pause and listen, you will receive all that you have been searching for. You will receive peace. You will receive love. You will receive purpose. Not because you have earned it, but because it is already yours. It has always been yours. The universe, the divine, is not outside of you, it is within you. And when you allow yourself to be still, to be present, to be open, you will realize this truth. You will remember who you are. And in that remembrance, everything will shift. You are not broken. You are not lost. You are not incomplete. You are whole as you are. The search for something more is only the search for yourself. And when you find yourself, you will find that you are already everything you have ever needed. You are the love you seek. You are the peace you crave. You are the wisdom you long for. And in the silence, you will receive it all. So, take a deep breath. Let go of the search. Let go of the striving. Let go of the need to become anything other than who you already are. Rest in the stillness. Trust in the divine presence that lives within you, and know in this moment that you are already whole, you are already enough. And in this silence, you will receive all that you have been searching for, because it has always been there within you, waiting for you to remember. In the silence, you receive, and in receiving, you awaken. You awaken to the truth of who you are. And that truth is love. It is peace. It is the divine essence that moves through you and through all things. And once you remember this, once you align with this truth, everything will fall into place. You are not separate from the universe. You are the universe experiencing itself through your unique form. And when you surrender to this truth, when you rest in the silence, you will feel the divine presence flow through you, guiding you, loving you, and reminding you that you are never alone. You are always connected. You are always enough. You are always whole. And so, in the silence, you receive. You receive the peace that surpasses all understanding. You receive the love that knows no boundaries. You receive the wisdom that guides you on your path. You receive the truth that you are already everything you have ever sought. And in this receiving, you are finally free. Free to be who you are, free to love without conditions, free to live without fear, free to simply be. And in this freedom, you will find that you have everything you have ever needed, because you are already complete. So rest now. Rest in the silence. Let the world fall away and simply be. You are enough. You always have been. And in this moment, in this silence, you remember what you seek is already within. And in this knowing, you are free. And in that silence, when the world fades away and all that remains is the stillness of your soul, you begin to understand the profound truth that life is not something to be conquered, it is something to be lived. Not through the endless striving to become, but through the quiet remembering of what you already are. You do not need to climb the mountain of success to find peace. You do not need to chase after the fleeting moments of pleasure or validation to feel whole. The mountain you seek to climb is already within you. The success you long for is already present in the very act of being. When you begin to rest in the silence, you begin to hear the whispers of your soul. These whispers are not loud, they are not demanding. They are gentle and subtle, like the breeze that dances through the leaves of a tree. They are the divine messages that guide you not through force but through flow. They do not call you to struggle, but to surrender. They invite you to let go of the need to control, to judge, and to rush. They beckon you to trust the process of life, to trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, even when your mind cannot fully comprehend the path. You see, we often mistake the act of being for a passive state, something that requires no effort, something that simply happens while we wait for life to come to us. But this is not true stillness. True stillness is a powerful force, a force that aligns you with the rhythm of the universe, a force that moves through you when you stop forcing the world to bend to your will. The universe is not waiting for your command, it is waiting for your surrender. It is waiting for you to let go of the need to control and instead align with the flow of life. And in that alignment, everything you need will come to you effortlessly, not because you pursued it, but because you allowed it. In this space of surrender, you realize that you are not the one in control, but rather you are part of something much greater than yourself. You are the wave in the ocean, not the ocean itself. And yet, the wave is the ocean. It rises and falls in perfect harmony with the tide. It does not struggle to be something other than what it is, for it knows it is already part of the great whole, and so too are you. You are not separate from the universe. You are an expression of it. You are the very life force that breathes through all things. And when you let go of the illusion of separateness, when you stop fighting against the current, you will find yourself carried effortlessly to where you need to be. This is the great paradox of life. When you stop trying to control, you become more in control. When you stop chasing, you begin to attract. When you let go of the need to prove yourself, you become the very embodiment of what you seek. This is not a matter of effort, but of alignment. It is not about doing, but about being. It is not about becoming, but about remembering. When you return to the essence of who you are, when you recognize that you are already whole, already perfect, already enough, the world will begin to reflect that truth back to you in miraculous ways. So, let go of the stories you have told yourself about who you are and who you must become. Let go of the beliefs that have kept you trapped in a cycle of seeking and striving. You do not need to prove your worth to anyone, least of all to yourself. The truth of who you are is not defined by your achievements, your possessions, or your relationships. It is not defined by the roles you play, the titles you hold, or the labels you wear. You are not the person the world tells you to be. You are the soul that exists beneath all of that. You are the stillness, the presence, the awareness that witnesses everything. And in that recognition, you find your freedom. Freedom is not the absence of responsibility, nor is it the ability to do whatever you want whenever you want. True freedom is the ability to be yourself fully and completely, without fear or shame, without the need to conform or fit into any mold. True freedom is the release of all the mental and emotional baggage that you have been carrying for years. It is the letting go of the need to be something or someone else. It is the return to the truth of who you are. In this freedom, you begin to live from a place of authenticity. You no longer need to seek approval or validation from others. You no longer need to chase after success or recognition. You no longer need to prove your worth because you know that you are already worthy. You are already enough. And when you live from this place of inner truth, the world will begin to mirror that truth back to you. Your relationships will deepen. Your work will align with your soul's purpose. Your health will flourish, and your life will become a reflection of the peace and love that resides within you. So, I invite you now in this moment to pause, to take a deep breath, and return to the stillness within. Let go of the noise, let go of the expectations, let go of the pressure to become more, to do more, to prove more. Allow yourself to simply be. For in this being you will discover the infinite wisdom, love, and peace that reside within you. You will realize that you are not lost, not broken, and not incomplete. You are whole. You are already everything you need to be. And in this recognition, you will find the freedom to live your life in alignment with your true self. You are the light. You are the love. You are the peace. You are the truth. You are already whole. And in the silence, when you stop searching, you will receive the full realization of this truth. You will remember that you have never been separate from the divine. You will remember that you are the divine in expression. And in this remembrance, everything will fall into place. You will no longer need to seek what you already are. You will simply be. And that being will transform your life in ways you cannot even begin to imagine. So rest now in the silence. Let go of the striving. Let go of the search. You are enough. You always have been. And when you finally embrace this truth, you will receive everything you have ever longed for, because what you seek is already within. And in that knowing, you are free. And as you rest in this sacred silence, you begin to feel something ancient stir within you. It is the realization that you are not simply a fleeting moment in time. You are the eternal presence, timeless and infinite, ever flowing, ever expanding. And in this moment, as you touch that stillness, you know deeply and profoundly that there is no separation between you and the divine. There is no distance between you and the source of all creation. You have never been apart from the one who breathed life into the stars, into the rivers, into the soil beneath your feet. You are that breath. You are that life. You are that love. And this is where true liberation begins. It begins when you stop chasing after the illusions of the world, when you stop seeking outside yourself for something to fill you, something to validate you, something to prove your worth. The truth is, you were never broken to begin with. You were never lost. You were never incomplete. The world has told you that you need to be more, that you need to do more, that you need to achieve more. But these are the lies of the ego. The ego that is afraid of the stillness, that is afraid of the silence. The ego that thrives on busyness, on constant movement, on distraction. But when you enter into this stillness, when you stop and listen, you hear the voice of your soul. And that voice is not loud, it is not forceful. It does not demand or command. It simply speaks in the softest whisper, a reminder of who you truly are. And that reminder, dear soul, is the most powerful truth you will ever know. You are not here to prove yourself. You are not here to chase after validation. You are here to remember. You are here to rediscover your innate divinity. To remember that you are the light of the world, the love that heals, the peace that transcends. In the silence, you reconnect with that truth. You reconnect with the sacred essence that resides within you. And in this connection, you realize that you have never been separate from the divine. You were never less than. You were never unworthy. You were always worthy, always loved, always enough. And this truth is not just an idea to be understood. It is a deep embodied knowing that permeates every fiber of your being. It is the core of who you are. And when you rest in this truth, everything changes. The world no longer has the power to define you, to shape you, to tell you who you should be. Because you know deeply that you are not the story that the world has written for you. You are the author. You are the creator. You are the divine expression of all that is. When you step into this awareness, when you remember who you truly are, you begin to see the world through new eyes. The things that once seemed so important, the chasing, the striving, the endless doing, they begin to lose their grip on you. You no longer feel the need to prove your worth, to chase after success or recognition, because you know that you are already whole, already complete, already divine. You no longer need to seek love because you are love. You no longer need to search for peace because you are peace. You no longer need to pursue happiness because you are happiness. And in this knowing, everything shifts. Life becomes a dance of grace, a flow of divine expression. No longer a race to the finish line, but a beautiful unfolding, a return to the source, a journey back to the truth of who you are. You are not the body you inhabit, not the roles you play, not the thoughts that come and go. You are the awareness that sees all of it. You are the stillness behind the movement, the silence behind the sound. And when you embrace this truth, you begin to realize that everything is temporary, everything is transient, and yet you are the eternal observer, the eternal witness to it all. You are not bound by time or space. You are the timeless presence that moves through all things, that witnesses the rise and fall of the tides, the dance of the stars, the unfolding of every moment. And this realization, this return to your true self, brings with it a profound peace. A peace that is not dependent on circumstances, not dependent on external conditions. It is the peace that comes from knowing deeply and profoundly that you are already whole. You are already perfect as you are. And when you remember this truth, when you rest in this knowing, you realize that the external world is not something to be fixed or changed. It is a reflection of your inner world. When you align with your true self, when you align with the divine presence within, the world around you begins to mirror that truth. The chaos begins to calm. The confusion begins to clear. The fear begins to dissolve. And in its place, a quiet, steady confidence arises. A confidence that is not based on the ego, not based on achievements or accolades, but a confidence that comes from knowing that you are the divine in expression, that you are the source of all love, all peace, all joy. This confidence is not loud. It does not demand attention. It does not seek validation. It simply is. And when you walk in this confidence, you walk as the light of the world. You walk as the embodiment of divine love. You walk as the presence of peace. And in this walk, you become a living example of what it means to be fully aligned with your true self. You no longer need to chase after approval or recognition. You no longer need to seek validation or success. You simply allow your light to shine effortlessly, gracefully, without resistance. You are not here to be seen or admired. You are here to be. You are here to express the divine essence that resides within you. And as you express this essence, as you allow yourself to be fully, authentically, and unapologetically you, you begin to see that the world begins to mirror that authenticity. The relationships you have become deeper, more meaningful. The work you do becomes more aligned with your soul's purpose. The joy you experience becomes more profound, more lasting. And all of this flows effortlessly from the space of being, from the space of remembering who you truly are. You are not here to chase after happiness. You are here to embody it. You are not here to search for peace. You are here to live it. You are not here to become something more. You are here to remember that you already are everything you seek. And in this remembering, you come home to yourself. You return to the truth of who you are. You return to the love that you are. You return to the peace that you are. You return to the light that you are. And in this return, you experience a freedom that transcends all understanding, a freedom that comes not from doing, but from being, a freedom that comes from the realization that you are already whole, already perfect, already divine. And in this freedom, you begin to understand that life is not something to be controlled or forced. It is something to be embraced, something to be lived, something to be experienced in its full depth and beauty. It is not about becoming, but about being. It is not about achieving, but about remembering. It is not about searching, but about receiving. You are not here to chase after life. You are here to let life chase after you. You are here to align with the divine flow, to surrender to the wisdom of your soul, and to allow yourself to be fully expressed in this world. And when you do, everything will fall into place. So, dear soul, rest in the knowing that you are enough. You are already everything you seek. You are already whole. And as you sit in the silence, as you allow yourself to be, you will receive the full realization of this truth. It is not something you have to work for. It is something you simply need to remember. And when you remember, everything changes. You change. The world changes. And in that change, you find the peace, the love, and the freedom that you have always longed for. In the silence, you will receive. You will receive the full realization of who you truly are. You will remember that you are not the body, not the ego, not the story. You are the divine expression of all that is. And when you embrace this truth, when you live from this truth, you will know what it means to live a life of true freedom, to live a life of love, to live a life of peace. You will know in every fiber of your being that you are already whole, already enough, already divine. And so, let go. Let go of the search. Let go of the striving. Let go of the need to become something else. And simply be the divine expression that you are. For in that being, you will receive all that you have ever sought, because what you seek is already within you. And in this knowing, you are free. And as you surrender gently to the quiet rhythm of your own breath, you begin to understand that there is nothing more to do. There's nothing to chase, nothing to fix, nothing to strive for. You are already here, already whole, already complete as you are. The world may call you to perform, to prove, to achieve, but the soul knows the truth. You are never meant to perform. You are never meant to earn your worth. Your worth is intrinsic, woven into the very fabric of your being, given freely by the divine from the moment you were born. And so, in the stillness, you find everything, not because you have searched and found it, but because you have simply stopped running. You have stopped seeking outside of yourself for something that can only be found within. In the quiet of your heart, you begin to hear the gentle, eternal truth that has been waiting for you all along. You are enough. You have always been enough. There is nothing to prove. There is nothing to earn. You are whole. And in this wholeness, you are free. This freedom is not born of escape. It is not born of detachment from the world. It is born from the simple, profound realization that you are not separate from the world. You are not separate from the divine flow that moves through all things. You are the current of life itself, the pulse of existence, the breath of creation. There is no need to escape it, no need to resist it. You are it. And when you accept this truth, when you rest in this truth, you find peace. Not the fleeting peace that the world offers, but the eternal peace that can never be shaken, the peace that comes from knowing who you truly are. This is the peace that arises when you stop pretending to be someone you are not. This is the peace that emerges when you let go of the need to be anything other than yourself. In this stillness, in this presence, you allow the light of your true nature to shine through. You are not the shadows of the past, not the worries of the future, not the fears or the judgments of the world. You are the light itself, timeless and unchanging, present in every moment. When you embrace this light, when you embrace the truth of your being, you step into the fullness of life. Not as a seeker, not as someone trying to find their way, but as one who remembers that the way has always been within. You are not a wanderer, lost in a world of distractions. You are a soul, rooted in divine truth, living in harmony with the sacred pulse of the universe. And from this space of alignment, you begin to see the world not as something to conquer, but as something to experience, to flow with. You no longer chase after happiness, because happiness is no longer something to be attained, it is something to be remembered. You no longer pursue love, because love is no longer something outside of you to be found. It is the very essence of your being, already present, already whole. You are the embodiment of love, the expression of peace, the vessel of joy. And so, as you rest in this knowing and this remembering, you realize that there is no need to hurry. There is no need to push. There is no need to strive. Life is not a race. It is a river that flows gently, effortlessly towards the vast ocean of truth. And you are not swimming against it. You are the river itself. You are the current. You are the flow. And when you allow yourself to simply be, you become one with the flow, one with the universe, one with the divine. The struggles of the past are not yours to carry anymore. The pain, the grief, the loss, they are not you. They are simply experiences that have passed through you, like clouds drifting across the sky. You are not the cloud, you are the sky. And the sky is vast, limitless, and unchanging. You are the witness to it all, the awareness that holds every thought, every emotion, every experience, and yet remains untouched by them. And when you understand this, truly understand this, you let go of the need to control. You let go of the need to define. You stop clinging to the stories, to the identities, to the roles you have played. And in that letting go, in that surrender, you become free. Free to live without the weight of expectation. Free to love without condition. Free to simply be. And in this freedom, you find peace. The peace you seek is not in some future moment. It is not in some far-off destination. It is here in this moment. It has always been here, beneath the surface of the noise, beneath the surface of the mind, beneath the surface of the world. It is in the quiet space between your thoughts, in the stillness that exists between your breaths. It is the eternal presence that is always with you, always supporting you, always guiding you, even when you cannot see it. And when you rest in this peace, you discover something remarkable. You discover that you do not need to seek. You do not need to search for answers or chase after dreams. You are the answer. You are the dream. You are the truth you have been seeking. You are already home. You have always been home. And so you rest now, knowing that everything you have ever longed for is already within you. You have always been enough. You have always been loved. You have always been whole. And in this moment, as you surrender to the silence, as you surrender to the stillness, you are free. You are free to simply be, to simply love, to simply live. And in this being, in this loving, in this living, you find the deepest peace. You find the most profound joy. You find the divine truth that you are not here to prove anything, but simply to remember, simply to be the expression of the divine light that resides within you. So let go. Let go of the need to seek, the need to chase, the need to become. Let go of the illusion that you are separate from the divine. And in that letting go, you will receive. You will receive the realization that you are already whole, already perfect, already divine. And in that realization, everything will shift. Life will no longer be a struggle. It will be a beautiful, effortless flow. You are not here to chase after something more. You are here to remember that you are already everything you seek. And in this remembrance, you are free. You are enough. You always have been. And in the silence, you receive.